that were born from that in Iraq and Afghanistan and now Syria and Libya, in Yemen and Somalia and all these other conflicts. This is all about 10,000 gangbangers. Think about over in India, in the Kashmir regions, 22,000 drone strikes to get the same 10,000 Taliban. Think about they fired 5.5 million rounds a month. Every month for 9 years. 5.5 million rounds a month. And then think about that the jets and the helicopters and the drones and the submarines and the ships fired a high explosive ordnance every minute. 1,440 minutes a day for 9 years to get 10,000 Taliban. And think about those bombs. So the 155 millimeter from the Abrams tanks, for instance, they got a 900-foot kill ratio, 3 football fields. And so they lobbed that into every neighborhood throughout the country, and Iraq and Afghanistan and Libya and Syria to get 10,000 gangbangers. Millions dead, millions missing, millions of rapes. And that you fell for that. You were tricked into that. You were deceived to do that, right? TEPCO, the top 3 ones really tell the story, don't they? And TEPCO, you know, I don't harbor any hard feelings for you. You know, after you're hung, I won't feel bad. You know, because it's a quick way for you to die. And in Japan, hanging's it's legal in Japan. Don't have a seizure. It's legal. Don't crawl in the corner and defecate on yourself. It's legal to hang them in Japan. Okay? I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say that in Canada. I got arrested for it already, so I'm just putting out a disclaimer. We don't have to change the laws like I always say for Canada, even though they arrested me anyway. In Japan, it's legal. And so we got to hang them all. But that don't mean we should hang them, hate them. You know, Merry Christmas, TEPCO. I don't hate you. I just want to see you hanging, that's all. I think that's sensible because you killed the Pacific Ocean and a lot of people, and it ain't never going to stop. And you lied to us for all these years, so. I'm just saying. Santa is up flying in the jet streams where all that radiation, heavy radiation, is still sitting. You know, like the jet streams below me. And that's why Santa looks like that. It's not his fault. It's TEPCO's fault. But we're not mad at TEPCO today. Today's Christmas. Merry Christmas, TEPCO. No more Fukushima. TEPCO, please, if you don't mind. We had enough of that, okay? All right. All right. Okay. Here's some more homeless. Looking pretty spiffy in your paper suits. As if that's going to protect you. Now, the biggest producer there is Curium. Curium, you need a lead shield 20 times thicker than what you need for plutonium. And plutonium is brutal. It pulses a long way. Even with a 20 times thicker lead shield, Curium, which is the biggest producer of the fuel rods after they've been radiated, after they went through a chain reaction, and you put them in storage, the biggest producer is not cesium, it's not iodine, it's Curium. It's man-made fissionable products. All these people you see there, they're dead. That's the homeless, the destitute, the people who don't speak the language, the ones that were shanghaied, the victims of society already, who can't read or write, who are dysfunctional, who can't manage their own home, they don't have a home, who can't function in society. Scoop them up. You won't see Harvard or Yale or Stanford in any of these pictures, or MIT or Oxford. You won't see them in these pictures. Or you, Vic, or Woods Hole. You won't see them in any of these pictures. How come? Because everything I'm telling you is true, see? That's Unit 3. This was Mox Fuel. Those people you see there, they're dead. They're dead. These buildings detonated. Where they're stood right now, debris flew way past that. And they came in with plows and buried it. And so weeks later, after this picture was taken, those people were dead. You won't see Harvard there. You're not going to see Yale in those pictures. You're not going to see anybody you can recognize in any of these pictures. They're the homeless. They got them covered up. This is photo shoots to make you think that everything is sensible. Oh no, Dana, that's TEPCO. Yeah. Tell that to these people. Tell them it's TEPCO. And those pictures. They'll haul the head off their shoulders. Yeah? Can't blame them. But Merry Christmas, TEPCO. Tonight's not about beating up on TEPCO. Will work for food without radiation. I meant to fix that. Will work for food without radiation. Me too, I'll do it. I'll do it. You can prove me there's no radiation in food. TEPCO, TEPCO, TEPCO. This is what they're doing. They're chemtrailing the sky with radiation from the nuclear power plants. And, anyway, let's keep going. Where's my zombie Santas to? I thought this was a pretty good one. That's pretty creative, yeah? I'm not sure what it means, but I thought it was a pretty cool picture. I was like, I like that picture. I like that picture. Someone painted that for TEPCO for this Christmas. That's why I got it there. Here's the homeless getting their rads, getting their death sentences. Hello, slave. You speak English? No English. Good, you come with me. I give you $100. $100 a day. Yo, good money, good money. Yeah, good. No, radiation no bad. No. Radiation like banana. Like potato chip. Like walking in sunshine. You smile, you'll be okay. You smile. You okay, yeah? Sir. I'm being sarcastic. Don't forget to chop that part out and put the other there and say, Dana said it's okay. Dana said it's like a banana. Dana said it's like a potato chip. Does those tanks after 4.5 years look like they're in pretty good shape to you? Huh? Just kidding you. They're rusty. You know why? Because they're only supposed to last a year. They're just bolted together, those guys. They're done. And so who's going to manage all that? Who's got to work there? That's a death sentence. Who works among that? That's a death sentence. Whose job is it to go and fix that? It's going to be a death sentence. So the problems are real. The choices are difficult. And there is no drawing straws for this lottery. You get shanghaied off the street or you're an immigrant into the country. But you're not going to see Harvard or Yale or Stanford or Berkeley or MIT or Oxford walking on these tanks or checking up on it or walking around with Geiger counters at Fukushima Daiichi. But Merry Christmas, TEPCO. Merry Christmas. Season eatings. That's a TEPCO grandpappy. Somebody who used to work at TEPCO. He's retired now. And he's eating the homeless because they wouldn't work at Fukushima. Merry Christmas. Wonder time. Merry Christmas, TEPCO. So any time of the year it can be sweet and kind and generous to TEPCO. And TEPCO's not like the other TEPCOs in the neighborhood. TEPCO's like they own the hospital. TEPCO's the ones that's demonizing the mothers because they don't want their children to play in radiated playgrounds or schools. TEPCO's the ones that's out there paying all the PR firms who attack me and attack you and attack everybody else. TEPCO's the ones that's paying Twitter 12 billion yens or whatever the case may be to censor it. TEPCO's the one that's out there with all the propaganda telling you Unifor spent fuel pool is Wonder Bars. But we're not mad at TEPCO because it's Christmas Day today. It's okay. One day a year they're allowed to have a break. For the rest of the year we yell at them non-stop all day every day till we hang them. It's legal in Japan to hang them. It's legal. It's legal. So Constable Steve Crooks of the Victoria Police Department shouldn't talk a judge into writing a warrant by chopping out a soundbite with no pictures and saying, "Oh, he's calling for hanging in Japan, Your Honor. We better pick him up. The people don't want to get hung." Yeah, but they're criminals. Yeah, but I'm a police officer. I watched 500 hours of your footage. I found a couple of sentences I didn't agree with, and I got you arrested. That's Constable Steve Crooks at the Sandys Police Department in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. They are a local police force. They're not even RCMP. I figured that anyway. RCMP are much too far above these guys' brain capacity. You know, can you imagine Constable Steve Crooks coming up to me at the courthouse and telling me he watched 500 hours of my footage? And I said to him, "Yeah, and you only found a couple of sentences?" He said, "Yeah, that was enough." That's called stalking. That's called a fishing expedition. That's called taking things out of context. That's called you're getting a civil suit up your ass. When I'm finished with you, I'm having everything you got. Goes the same for you, Vic. The law school and Woods Hole. You guys are done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Coming after me was the worst thing you could have ever done. It was the worst thing you could have ever thought about. It backfired, 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 and still backfiring. There's nothing you can do to me that is not going to backfire. I'm honest, you're sacks of shit. I'm the good person, you're monsters. I'm the guy who's out there doing the real science. You guys are voodoo scientists. You're not scientists, you guys are disgusting maggots. You're perpetual misery machines like the reactors. See, the new TEPCO sign should be a hangman's noose. Yeah? With Mickey Mouse ears or something. Hangman's noose with Mickey Mouse ears. And a really well-worn one. If you don't want someone to hang, you can't find someone to hang all these people, I'll go to Japan and do it. I'll hang on to the rope. I don't care. I'm not hard to get along with. If it'll help facilitate a way forward, I'll take on. It's legal in Japan to hang people. It's legal. It's legal. Don't throw a fit. Don't have a hissy fit. I saw a zombie eating Santa Claus. That's a book, but anyway, I got it there. So, mate. The 60-page form to file compensation claims, you're not going to get it anyway. The accusers are too busy milking us. Excuse me, too busy milking us. TEPCO, that just sucks. Do the right thing. It's a democratic world we live in there. The right thing is to get your own ropes and go hang them. It's legal. It's like buying chips or drinking pop. It's legal. Okay, probably not the same legal, but see, TEPCO got a zombie. That's not the sort of zombie costume they had in mind, but they probably took it. They were like, that's probably the coolest one in the whole shop. Because nothing says zombie anymore like TEPCO. Everything TEPCO was kind of like, it's like Nazi memorabilia, you know. You know, in the future, it'll be sold on the black market. Yeah, Shinzo Abe, he wore this at his first TEPCO meeting, and he passed him 3 suitcases full of cash, around $60 million cash, so Abe wouldn't turn his back on him. Just saying. As you can see, full zombie mode can be achieved quite easily. People are like, chemtrails not real, Dina. Actually, they are. Actually, that's global warming. But we used it in Vietnam. We made it rain over the Ho Chi Minh Trail for an extra month and a half during the monsoons. Extended it by a month and a half. Washed away villages, cities, communities. It was used over Vietnam for 9 years to chemtrail the sky with Agent Orange. Now, you got to realize what they were doing, flying high heights, chemtrailing Agent Orange. That went right around the planet. Right around the planet, just like the...